just seated, I just want to calm down together with you, all at home. Just rolling your shoulders back and dropping it down. I invite you to close your eyes and just surrender to your breath. So when it comes to these peak postures like handstand or any inversion, a lot of us have that eagerness to get there, and when we don't get there, we start to label ourselves. We label ourselves as inflexible, or my arms are too short, or I'm too weak. So I really want you to stop doing this labeling to yourself and just accept where you are today and know that you're going to be somewhere different tomorrow. We are all in this progress together, and we're all unique. We're all so different. So our practices are different. So what's nice about you all practicing alone at home is that you're more focused on yourself and not comparing to anyone. But when you come into a studio space and come to practice with others, make sure you continue to focus on yourself, your own practice, and accept where you are. No comparison, no judgment, and just happy to see that everybody is different. Okay, so open your eyes, lean forward, and place your hands underneath your shoulders. I want you to open your fingers wide, spread the fingers, and really connect with your hand. We're coming into a handstand class, so I want to emphasize the importance of your fingers. And as you open them, start to claw the floor, pushing your fingertips and your knuckles. So as you claw the floor, you start to feel strength in the palm as it's stretched, and the strength come into your forearms. Now from there, I just want you to start to protract the shoulder blades. Protracting the shoulder blades is basically lifting the back of your heart up to the ceiling. And as you exhale, keep your ribs closed, but drop your heart in between. So this is a collapsed shoulder. We actually want to do the opposite the whole practice, is protract and push, keeping good engagement of your back and shoulders. Now from there, tuck your toes, stretching the sole of the foot, and lift your knees 2 centimeters off the floor. Already coming into heat, 3 breaths. Exhale, we begin from here. 2, protracting your shoulder blades. Exhale, really gripping the floor with your fingers. 3, don't lose the grip of your fingertips. And now push, holding onto that grip. Remember, we want to do a downward facing dog that's mainly focused on preparation for handstand. So avoid dumping your shoulders if you have deep flexibility. Avoid pushing your heart down. And I want you to stay here. Stay with your shoulders in line with your spine and with your ears. And instead, as you plug down through your fingertips, see if you can lengthen your back and pull your tailbone up into the corner of the room. Now let's start to warm up the hips and bend and the hamstrings by bending your right knee, dropping the left heel and pressing your thigh against your stomach. Inhale, lift both heels, and again rise your sitting bones, but keep your shoulders engaged. And exhale, drop your right heel down, bending the left knee and pressing your stomach against the thigh. Now inhale, lift both heels, and exhale, walk your feet backwards, and at the same time, lean your shoulders forward. So we're bringing the weight back into our hands in a very long plank. Be careful your feet are not too close and your butt is too high. Walk your feet back so that you're in one straight line from shoulder to feet, and really squeeze your tailbone in, tuck it in, rather than curving it up. Really pull it in, closing your belly. 2 more, really resist. Exhale. On the last one, I want you to push off your toes and lean forward as much as you can. And now exhale, bend your knees, keep your belly hollow as you come down into Chaturanga. Well done. Now inhale, squeeze your shoulder blades and come into a very soft Cobra, pulling your abdomen forward. And now exhale. We're going to push with the knees, hollow the belly, and make your way back into downward facing dog. Good. Now looking forward, we're going to lift the heels and then round your spine as you exhale, hugging the right knee into the chest. From there, look between your hands, keep hollowing your shoulders, and take a step with your right foot. Inhale, follow with the left, and lengthen your spine forward. Exhale, forward fold, and squeeze your belly. Inhale, stand up and reach your arms up. Okay, so I'm just going to move back a bit so that those of you on YouTube can see my hands. So as you're standing at the top of your mat, I want you to flex your wrist and join your big toes together. Really push the ceiling with the heel of your hand. And instead of arching back, we want to align the shoulders and biceps next to our ears. And without opening the ribs, let's hollow and pull the ribs in. Squeeze your glutes, squeeze the core in, and keep flexing your wrist. Try and get the shoulders back, get the arms back in line with your ears. Can you stay here and lift all toes, all heels, both heels? And balance. 3 more. Really squeezing your glutes, your thighs, your legs, hollowing the belly, pulling the ribs back. 1 more. Inhale. So good. And on the exhale, well done. We're going to fall forward. Inhale, flat back and lengthen. And this time, you're just going to step back with your right leg, left leg plank, and now push off the toes to lean and come into Chaturanga with knees or without. Inhale. You can come into Cobra a little bit higher. And then exhale, push and make your way into downward facing dog. Let's charge your fingers and stay here. 3 more. Really just stretching out the legs and lengthening your spine. Remember to avoid dumping onto your shoulders and hold them up. 3, inhale. Exhale, lift your heels and look between the thumbs. Inhale, hug the left knee into the chest and step it forward. Exhale, both feet forward, hands onto your shins. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Pull the crown of the head forward as you shift the weight into your toes. Exhale, forward fold and stretch. Inhale, stand up, reach your arms up. I know my hands are out of the screen for you, those of you on YouTube, but remember to flex the wrist. Push the heel of the hand upwards and flatten out your palm towards the ceiling. From there, squeeze your glutes, hollow your core, and lift the heels. 3 breaths. Exhale. 2, very small point of gravity where we're trying to stay still and flat. 3, inhale, pulling the belly in. And now exhale, drop the heels and forward fold. Inhale, lengthen, flat back. Step back with your left leg. And then right, exhale. From plank, you lean, pushing off the toes, and then bend your elbows. Inhale, push forward and upwards into up dog. And now push back into a downward facing dog. Can you stay here again? 3 breaths. Exhale, plugging into your fingertips. 2, inhale. Exhale. 3, inhale. And on the exhale, lift your heels, and this time you're going to bend your knees and sit back. Remember that clawing action of your fingertips. I want you to hold that as you jump forward. Can you lift your hips high and jump forward in a slow motion action? So inhale, jump. And then exhale, fold. Inhale, stand up. And this is the last round that we do this. Flatten out your spine, flex your wrists, and lift your heels. We stay here, 3 breaths. Exhale. Biceps next to the ears, ribs close, tailbone points down. 3, squeezing my legs, squeezing my glutes. And now exhale, drop the heels and forward fold. Inhale, flat back and lengthen. This time we're gonna jump back. And exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's rest our wrists, lean forward, drop to your knees, sit on your heels, and join your hands together. So clasp your fingers, interlock, and draw a nice figure of 8. Warming up your wrists. Now release, take 2 fists together, and keep rolling your wrists in nice big circles. I can hear my bones clicking. Now change directions and open your fingers wide and return to your tabletop position. So important for handstand. If you're already feeling pain in your wrists, you need to make sure you spread your fingers wider and claw the floor, pulling your fingertips towards the knuckles and allowing your middle knuckle of each finger to rise, but the base knuckle of each finger to press down into the floor. So we're gonna actually go straight into it now and practice jumping forward. So we're gonna take 6 attempts at jumping forwards and trying to come into a pike. So maybe take the first time to look at me. So when you pike, you wanna jump, bend your knees, find some momentum and power from these legs, and never bend your elbows. Always keep your elbows straight, push the floor, and keep your eyes in between the thumbs. Don't change your gaze, and then inhale, lift, and then come back. See how much floating time you can get. Let's take 6 rounds. Let's go together. Inhale, jump. Keep your fingers engaged. 2. Exhale. 3. Maybe you get a little bit higher. 4. Finding your limit. Exhale. 5. Exhale. 6. And we land. Exhale. Well done. Forward fold. From there, bend your knees and come into Utkata. I'm going to work out your legs. So from here, you're going to hollow your belly, point the tailbone down, and lift your arms up. Stay here and reach your biceps further back next to the ears. Be careful you don't arch your spine and then hollow the belly once more. Can you sit deeper? Can you look up? One more. Inhale. And on the exhale, fold. Well done. Inhale, flat back and lengthen. And this time, we're going to jump back. So instead of jumping back, see if you can float back. So take a small step back, almost at the center of your mat, and keep your hands at the front. You're going to lift your heels, and you're going to round and protract your shoulders. Notice how round my shoulders are so that I can float my legs back to Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. So good. So stay here in your down dog, plug the floor, push away and look back towards your feet. Inhale, reach your right leg back and up. Exhale, I want you to open the hip. Feel free to open up as much as you can. Keep your leg extended and open. And on the exhale, bend the knee and keep opening the hip even further. Stay here, one more. And on the exhale, I want you to straighten the leg again. And instead of having an open hip, square the hip with an extended leg and see how much lower down your leg goes by focusing on squaring your hips rather than opening. So focus more on the squared hip and hollow the belly in. Now from there, lift your left heel, lean forward, and then hug your right knee into the nose. Stay here, protracting the shoulders. 3 more. Exhale. 2, inhale. Exhale, almost there. 3, inhale, look forward in between your thumbs and step next to your right thumb. Inhale, come onto your fingertips and lengthen the spine by pushing off your left toes. Now exhale, gently drop your left knee, untuck the toes, and tuck your tailbone. Push against the right thigh to lift the chest. And exhale, hold your tailbone and pull your navel towards your spine. Inhale, sweep both arms up. And let's just stretch our front body and our upper left thigh. 2, inhale, 6 in total. Going as deep as you want to. Exhale, warming up. 3, inhale. Maybe even changing it from left side. Exhale from center. 4, inhale. And then back to center. Exhale, maybe twisting it over to the right. 5, inhale. Grabbing the thigh and twisting over your right shoulder. 6, inhale, back to center. And on the exhale, hands down by your shoulders on the ground. Inhale, push with the right heel and move your hips back. If you need some blocks, go ahead and take them underneath your hands. And you want to focus on aligning your hips first over your left knee. Once you find alignment, square your hips by pulling the right hip back, left hip forward, and almost squeeze your inner thighs together. Keep your toes curled towards your face and lengthen the spine. So if this is already intense for you, stay here. And if you want more, go ahead and bend your elbows, folding forward with your face on the inner side of the calf. We're going to stay here for 6 breaths. Just easing into our flexibility before we find some more strength. 2. Exhale, keep curling your right toes. 3. Exhale. 4. Exhale. 5. Exhale. 6. Push the floor, and on the exhale, I want you to come onto your fingertips or come onto your blocks. From there, I want you to keep your change your foot into a point and see if you can lift the leg off the floor. If that was really hard, maybe grab some blocks, come onto a higher level, and with that extra support, see if you can lift the leg. And now we're going to hold it. 3, exhale. 2, use your core, round your shoulders. Exhale, use the belly, curl it. 3, and exhale, drop it down. Okay, see if you can now do 3 pulses. 1, inhale, lift it up, and exhale down. 2, notice how my spine changes. 2, to lift. Exhale. 3, inhale, round and lift. And now exhale, bend your knee and tuck your left toes. From there, we're going to raise up and launch into Warrior 3, powering that right leg. Exhale, hands in prayer, and square your hips. Can you stay here? Exhale. 1 more. And on the exhale, keep charging your right leg and see if you can extend your arms forward. If that's too much for you, keep your hands in prayer or even on the floor. Any option, now hold it. 2 more. Exhale. Keep your belly hollowing in to square those hips. And now exhale, fold, finding some release. We're now going to come and fold into standing splits. So you want to raise your left leg as high as possible and maybe even hug your right ankle. Hold it with your right hand and start to pull. Feel free to open the hip here. Instead of focusing on squaring, just finding that nice stretch on your right leg. 2 more. Exhale. 1 more. And on the exhale, we release, look forward, and square the hips. Okay, we're going to drop the left foot down and find some relief by bringing the weight back onto our left heel, which is now at 45 degrees. Inhale. If this is too much for your right leg, come onto 2 blocks or stay on the floor. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, fold. Okay, so since we found some relief, let's go back into that right leg. Lean forward and press your hands and start to hollow as you extend the left leg back. So you can see I'm not focused on a flat back, but I'm rather hollowing. And then we're gonna bend the right knee. We're gonna practice taking a few hops. So bending the right knee, lift the left leg, and see if you can charge your hop from the right leg. So my left leg stays lifted, and my right leg is charging. Let's do 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more, and then extend the leg into plank for Chaturanga. Good. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, you'll get used to the practice the more you repeat this class. Find the weight back into your hands, pushing towards your feet, and control the gravity with your fingertips pushing against the floor. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. If you need to take child's pose, go ahead. 1 more. Inhale. And on the exhale, push the floor with your hands and extend your left leg back and up. Inhale. Reach up. Open the hips straight away and just enjoy the stretch on that right leg. Okay, and now from here, keep your arms straight and then start to bend the left knee, squeezing the heel towards the glute. Can you point your left knee higher? Opening the hip and charging your shoulders. 1 more here with a hip open. And now extend the leg straight and then square the hips. Remember, square hip, left hip next to the right. Now look forward. Inhale. Lift your right heel and then hollow the belly, rounding your spine and pushing your knee into the nose. 3 breaths. Inhale. I'm standing high on my right tippy toes. Exhale, rounding my shoulders. 2, inhale. Can you feel the power in your arms, your core? Exhale. All this is needed for a good handstand. 3, inhale. Look forward and step. Exhale, land and press your belly against the thigh. Inhale, come onto your right toes, onto your fingertips and lengthen. And then exhale, slide the right knee back and untuck the toes onto your top of your foot. From there, tuck your tailbone, pull the belly in, and push the thigh away from your chest. So to begin with, you can either stay here with both hands on the knees, just resisting your chest from falling forward. And if you can maintain it with your core, navel pulling towards the spine, tailbone down, you can reach your arms up as well. So we're going to stay here for 6 breaths. You can stay square, reaching your arms back. 2, inhale. Exhale. 3, inhale. And if you want to change, you can now turn to the right. Exhale, dropping your right hand on the thigh. 4, stretching your left arm back over the heel. Exhale, come back to center. 5, reaching both arms up and then twisting over to the left. Exhale, dropping your left hand back. 6, really taking that twist. And then exhale, we're back to center. Drop your hands down by your feet, push the left heel, and move your hips back over your right heel. If you feel your hips are too far behind, you need to walk your left foot forward until you find the correct alignment of hips stacked over knee. Hands can go on blocks or on the floor. Flex your left foot and curl the toes towards your shin and face. From there, let's take flat back. Option 1 to stay here, and option 2 to bend the elbows and forward fold. Stay here, 6 breaths, just gaining some flexibility, going as deep as you want to. 2, inhale. If you prefer taking waves and pulses, go ahead and keep lengthening and moving your spine, feeling the stretch. 3, focus on squared hips and focus on thighs pulling in towards each other. 4, inhale. Exhale. 5, we're almost there. Exhale. 6, inhale. Push the floor. And on the exhale, you're going to come onto your fingertips or onto the blocks and point your toes. Inhale, lift. Hold. Exhale. 2, keep it lifted. Exhale, keep resisting the floor. 3, inhale. Exhale, drop it down. Make sure your hands are not too far away from you. Remember, you want your hands to be right underneath your shoulders. Get aligned. Now from there, let's take 3 pulses. Inhale, lift, squeeze, hold, exhale down. 2, lift, push, and exhale down. Last one. See how much I'm rounding my shoulders, lifting my thigh, rounding my belly. And now exhale, drop it here and bend into your left knee. I'm going to tuck my back toes, lift the right thigh, and get ready to launch into Warrior 3. Inhale, launch your leg up, and see if you can bring your hands into a prayer position as you square your hips. First, stay here. And you can either stay here or take the option to extend your arms forward. And then we hold 3. Exhale, focusing on squaring those hips. 2. Exhale, working that left leg. 3, inhale. And on the exhale, place your hands back down, framing your left foot. Reach the right leg up high. Open the hip. Don't be focused on the square hip now. Open your hip and just enjoy a stretch on that left leg. Grab the left ankle, bend the left elbow away from you, and start to pull your belly, pull your chest, and your head towards the floor. 2 more, and then we're done. Exhale. 1 more. And now slowly drop your right toes back and get some weight off that left leg by spinning your right heel down at 45 degrees and shifting the weight back, lengthening the spine. Inhale, just stretching it here. If you need a block, go ahead and take it. And exhale, fold. Okay, that's just a quick rest. And now we're going to power up that left leg again. Place the hands in front of you. Left foot is at the center. And you're going to practice your 6 or try and come into 6 hops or 3 hops. Let's try 3. First, you need to raise your right leg. Bend that left knee. Remember, the power comes from this leg. Nothing's happening with this right leg. It just stays extended. So come into your 3 hops. 2. Maybe you can hang upside down. 3. Maybe we do 6. 4, working that left leg. 5. And 6. Extend the leg. And Chaturanga. So good. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Let's rest our wrists. Inhale, lift your heels, lean forward, touch your knees, and sit back towards your heels. So I know for most of you that's going to be really challenging. Remember, I invite you to repeat this class with your mat close to a wall. So when you do practice jumping up, you have the support and the safety that the wall is going to be there. So while you're resting, I'll just show you. If you had the wall behind you, you could go ahead and practice just looking for the wall with your right foot and then coming back down. Okay, so when you're repeating this video, make sure you have all those safety measures around you. Okay, are you ready to go back into the practice? Come back onto hands and knees. Open the fingers wide, claw the floor, and push back into your downward facing dog. Okay, let's see if we can take those jumps and incorporate it into our vinyasa. So lift your heels, look forward, and get ready to jump. Can you lift your hips and come into a pike before you land? Inhale. Exhale, fold. Look forward. Inhale, Utkata, reach your arms up. And exhale, stay. 3 breaths, in. Exhale. 2, in. Exhale. Last one, in. And exhale, forward fold. Well done. Inhale, flat back. Fall into your hands, lift your heels and float. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Stay here in your down dog for 3 breaths. 1, inhale. Exhale. 2, inhale. Exhale, just charging up your shoulders. Avoid dumping them down. Keep them engaged. 3, last one. And now exhale all the weight into your left foot. Inhale, extend your right leg back and up. Exhale, knee to nose, look forward. Inhale, take a step with your right foot. And on the exhale, spin your left heel down 45 degrees. Come into warrior 1. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, keep your chest and torso square with the top of your mat as you bend into that right knee. Ribs in, pull your belly in. Hold for 3 breaths. Exhale. 2, really charging our legs. Exhale. 3, and now exhale. You're going to turn your chest over to the left wall and open up into warrior 2. Keep your chin facing forward, aligning over your right shoulder. Now stay here. 3 breaths more. Really charging up that right leg. 2, inhale. Exhale. 3, inhale. And on the exhale, I want you to cartwheel your hands down. See if you can just launch your left leg up high for a split. And then see if you can push with your hands to hop that right leg back into a plank. And then come into Chaturanga. So good. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, well done, downward facing dog. Let's go straight into it. Inhale, reach your right leg up. Exhale, bend the knee into the nose. Inhale, look forward and take a step. And exhale. Oh, I think we just did that side. Take a step back. Let's lift the left leg. Inhale, reach your left leg back and up. Exhale, left knee to nose. Inhale, look forward and take a step. And exhale, spin your right heel down 45 degrees. So heel to heel aligns. Tuck your tailbone and come up into warrior 1. And exhale, sit and square your shoulders and armpits. 3 breaths here. Inhale. Exhale, really pushing back with your right leg. 2, inhale. Exhale. 3, inhale. And now exhale, open the arms wide, turn your torso to the right side of the mat and keep your chin over your left shoulder. Warrior 2, hold it now for 3 more. Working your left thigh, can you get it parallel to the ground? 2, inhale. Pull your arms apart and keep your chin turning forward. 3, inhale. And on the exhale, cartwheel your hands down and can you launch your right leg up high? Inhale, splits or standing splits. And then exhale, look down and hollow your spine. Can you extend your left leg back into plank? 2 legs, exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, push. Down dog, so good. Shall we take a rest? Lift the heels, lean forward. Sit back onto your toes and rest your wrists. Okay, so maybe this was intense, so relax, breathe. Take control. 2, inhale. So we're going to strengthen the core and start to come low to the ground before we end our class. So let's come back, charging our core muscles. Come back onto your hands and knees. Open the fingers, claw the floor. I want you to extend both legs back. Come straight into plank. Squeeze the glutes and tuck the tailbone flat. Hold it for 3. Exhale. 2. Exhale. 3. Lean forward, and can you come down to lie down? Go. Well done. Now look forward, open your chest, and slide or walk your hands forward until your elbows are right underneath your shoulders. Not too wide, remember, you want them underneath. So from there, we're going to grab the floor with our fingertips again and start to pull our belly forward with the chest, getting our belly nice and long on the ground. Avoid dumping your shoulders. You want to keep pushing with your elbows to lift your shoulders up high. Create space from your ears away from the shoulders. Can you hold 3 breaths, your Sphinx pose? Exhale, just getting a nice stretch on your belly, especially from all that core work of just jumping forward from planks, from hollowing. 3, last one. And on the exhale, come onto your fingertips or your palm and slide your hands forward as you lie down. Okay, I'm not going to lie down too flat because of my microphone, and I want you to hear me. So from here, I want you to practice using your core. So if I do it well, you should be able to see that when I squeeze my glutes, I can actually lift my stomach off the ground. Can you see how my stomach is almost arched? And I can I want you to hollow your belly as I did and hold it for 3 breaths. Get ready. Inhale, hollow, and keep your forehead on the floor. You can even extend your arms and rest your chest. 3, but I want to see that arch underneath your belly, or you want to see it as well. 1 more, last one. And on the exhale, release the belly and turn your right ear to the ground. I cannot do all of this because of my microphone, but go ahead. Place your right ear on the ground and let your arms drop. So as you're resting, I'll keep talking. Stay there and rest, relaxing your shoulders, your wrists, allowing your face to feel heavy on the floor. 2 more, inhale, and we're going to repeat the hollow of the belly. 1 more, inhale. On the exhale, bring your forehead back to the center and extend your arms forward. From there, inhale and hollow the belly up, pushing down with your pubic bone, and I want you to hold. 1, inhale. Exhale. 2. Exhale. 3. And on the exhale, lie down. Turn your left ear to the floor. Flex your shoulders. I cannot press down, remember, because of my microphone, so I'll just allow you all to rest. 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. 2, inhale. Exhale. 3, inhale. Exhale, well done. I want you to come back onto your forehead, and this time slide your hands back behind your chest at the base of your ribs. We're gonna push down with the toes and come into up dog, stretching the stomach after that core work. And now exhale, push, and come into child's pose better. Round your spine. Nice. So relax your shoulders, your forearms, and your elbows, and find complete release of your wrists. Maybe even turn your palms to face up. So remember, we are all at different stages. As I said at the beginning of class, we need to learn to accept where we are now in our bodies. Learn to understand what it needs, how it's trying to communicate with you, and just work your way through, step by step, class by class. Taking and noticing every progress that you make and taking enjoyment in that progress. Well done. We're now going to come up and we're going to take one jump through. So jump through, I'm just going to show it to you. Maybe you've never done jump through before, maybe you have. You probably need to bring your hands on 2 blocks before you practice a jump through. So jump through, you want the eyes looking forward away from the mat, and then you're going to kick your legs straight through your hands. And sit down. So anyway, make your feet to the front, round your spine, and lie down. Get your neck long and melt your body into the floor. We want to stretch those abs again, so walk your heels back until you can scratch the back of the heels with your fingertips, and then start to push down with the heels to lift the chest up. If you want, you can clasp your hands together, walking your shoulder blades in, pinching the skin, and really pushing down with the heels and pushing your chest towards the chin. I want you to stay here, 6 breaths. Exhale. 2. Charging legs, lifting hips. Exhale. Keeping those thighs parallel. 3. Exhale. 4. Pushing pubic bone up. Exhale. 5. Exhale. 6. And on the exhale, release your hands to come back down. Well done. Let's hug both knees into the chest. Get the back of the neck nice and long. And then we're just going to release the left leg and let it extend back out to the ground. Let's roll our right knee over to the left and cactus our right arm out to the side. From here, just enjoy this supine twist, flat on the floor with our shoulder blades, and adding pressure onto the knee with our left hand. If you want to take it further, feel free to start to bend your left knee, sliding the heel towards your glute and sliding your right hand down to catch the foot. Let's first focus on pointing that left knee down, getting that left thigh flat on the floor, and then start to kick into your right hand and arch your spine. I'm forcefully pushing down with my left hand, as well as kicking my foot into my right hand. 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more. Inhale. And on the exhale, you release the foot and extend it out. Inhale, reach your arms up and straighten both legs. And exhale, bend both knees into the chest and hold and give yourself a hug. Maybe this time lift your shoulder blades, lift your head, enter your nose in between your knees. Lie your neck back down nice and long. Release your right leg out onto the floor, and then rotate your knee over to the right as you cactus your left arm open. So stay here first, enjoying the supine twist. Exhale, adding some pressure with your right hand, 2, maybe even turning your face over to the left as you focus on pushing your shoulder blades down. Last one, inhale. You can either stay here or start to bend the right knee and slide the heel towards your glute. And if you choose this option, slide your left hand to meet the foot. Once you grabbed hold of the foot, press the right knee down as well as the thigh and start to kick down, almost sliding your head with it. Forcefully, I'm keeping my right hand on top of the left knee, enjoying this deep twist. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more. Inhale. And on the exhale, release the right leg as you extend it out. Slide the legs to the top and reach your arms up. Inhale, stretch yourself in both directions. And now slide your feet as wide as your mat. Drop the toes to the side and rotate your arms down by your side, palms facing up. I invite you now to come into Shava and close the practice here. Meanwhile, I'm going to sit up and say goodbye. So thank you so much for joining me for this vinyasa practice. Thank you for your patience and for your acceptance of trying something new. I know for many of you, handstand is going to be a challenge, but I wanted to start to invite you into this world of handstand, being on your hands for quite some time. So if you want to repeat this class, please make sure you warm up your wrists and go close to a wall. Thank you once more. Namaste.